Wow. Absolutely shocking breaking news when it comes to the 135-pound lightweight division. Shakur Stevenson and the WBC. As, what was it? A couple hours ago, we hear the breaking news that the WBC stripped Shakur Stevenson for his lightweight bout. And I started making a video, was already about to post it, before Shakur Stevenson tweets this, saying that they try to charge me $100,000. $100,000 when I didn't even defend the WBC lightweight bout. I moved up a division to the junior welterweight division, competed for the WBO and Ring Magazine titles. You guys had nothing to do with this. I'd rather give that $100,000 to my daughter. My goodness, man. The same exact thing they tried to do to Terrence Bud Crawford. Look it, we know every single sanctioning body has fees. We know the WBC hired their fee higher than the other sanctioning bodies to $300K. Mauricio Suleiman explained, it could have been way more. It could have been way more for the amount of money that they made. But we decided to keep it at $300K. Terrence Bud Crawford doesn't pay it. They strip him of his title. Terrence Bud Crawford goes on this, publicity run, talking bad on the sanctioning bodies. And once again, with Shakur Stevenson now, trying to charge him $100,000. Look it. If you want to agree with Terrence Bud Crawford on what he did, and if you want to disagree with Terrence Bud Crawford on what he did, because, Mauricio Suleiman claims that it's a non-profit organization where all the money goes to and it's for retired fighters in need of help, right? He went on Ariel Helwani's podcast just a couple days ago and claimed he doesn't make a dime off of what they make in boxing, that his family, his dad had other businesses, other ventures. I believe they have, security ventures. I believe they have insurance ventures out there. He says that the boxing and the WBC fees that we get off of every single bout, we make zero profit from, that it goes to retired fighters. So if you want to disagree or agree, that's up to you. But one thing that I'll say is Shakur Stevenson getting charged $100,000 to basically just hold the belt, because it's not like he defended it against Teofimo Lopez. He fought for Teofimo's WBO and Ring Magazine titles. So the WBC saying, all right, since we allowed you to do that, you owe us $100K. And Shakur Stevenson, just like Terrence Bud Crawford, is like, yo, both of them, Ring Magazine champions, are like, yo, I don't need that bout. I'd rather give $100K to my daughter. That's college tuition. I'd rather give $100K to my tío, one of my tías, one of my younger cousins, any one of my family members to be helping out, instead of giving it to Mauricio Suleiman, claiming that it's a non-profit organization. Now, if it's non-profit or not, you want to believe that or not, that's also up to you. But because of this, the WBC automatically stripped Shakur Stevenson, and in the lightweight 135-pound division, we no longer have a champion. We don't have a WBA or a WBC lightweight champion as we speak. Now, the WBA, as Floyd Schofield reported himself, has already made contact with him and is currently looking to schedule a mandatory fight for the WBA title. It's either going to be against Lucas Body or Lamont Roach Jr. The WBC has an interim champion already by the name of Javier Herrera. Javier Herrera, XXX Tentacion, whatever you want to call him, may just be elevated within the next day, within the next week, within the next month to full WBC lightweight champion. We're going to see how it's going to play out, but that's what I believe. 23-year-old Javier Herrera. You got WBO Abdullah Mason lightweight champion, 21 years old. If Floyd Schofield possibly becomes the WBA champion, not saying that he's going to go in there and beat Lucas Body, and he's going to go in there and beat Lamont Rhodes Jr. My prediction for that is on a different video. But it's possible that in the next couple months, this lightweight division will completely flip on its back, and you got 3 world champions that are 23 and younger. My goodness, man. Now, I do believe this is the last time that Shakur Stevenson is going to be fighting at 135 pounds. I think when you look at 135, and I think when you look at potential 130-pounders coming to 135, there's just no really, really big names, right? I mean, in the 135-pound division, if he goes back down, who is he going to fight? Abdullah Mason for the WBO strap? That's probably the biggest fight you can make. Or Lamont Rhodes Jr. But Lamont Rhodes Jr. doesn't even have a belt and still won't be able to sell the same amount of pay-per-views and won't be as big of a fight as some of the fighters in the 147-pound division or even in the 140-pound division where he is reigning WBO Ring Magazine champion. I think this means this is the last time that we will ever see Shakur Stevenson in the 135-pound division ever again. I think the WBC released a statement making sure and making it seem like they were on good terms. But seeing Shakur Stevenson's tweets, it seems like this dude might be getting on bad terms with the WBC in whole, which makes things absolutely interesting. If he does move to 147, you got Mario Barrios, who's the WBC, might take on Ryan Garcia. He is taking on Ryan Garcia. Might lose his bout to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia might become the WBC champion. Devin the Dream Haney, WBO champion. Rolly Romero, WBA. Shakur Stevenson starting to make these choices is really going to affect the future and how everything ends up playing out. Now, I do agree with Shakur Stevenson not wanting to pay the $100,000 for not even defending the title, just for holding it. I think that's bullcrap, man. I think Shakur Stevenson's at that level now where he can say, take the bout. Take the bout. I'm already the 140-pound champion. And honestly, I just beat possibly the best fighter in that division. 147. Devin the Dream Haney. Maybe the only fighter that can possibly beat Shakur Stevenson. That's a hot take, but that's my opinion. I don't think he does it. I don't think he can. But that's all I got to say about that, man.